Today is Monday, July 22. I'm Pastor Anthony, and this is Wilderness Wanderings. Today our text comes from Psalm 17. Hear me, Lord, my plea is just. Listen to my cry. Hear my prayer. It does not rise from deceitful lips. Let my vindication come from you. May your eyes see what is right. As for me, I will be vindicated and will see your face. When I awake, I will be satisfied with seeing your likeness. That's Psalm 17, verses 1 and 2, and verse 15. These are the first and last verses of the psalm. They recognize that though we might seek to live the best life we can in this world, there are some things that are simply out of our control. The psalmist still had enemies. Even though the writer remained honest, it didn't mean that others did. There is evil, hurt, and hardship in this world that we cannot protect ourselves from, nor escape. The ever-present reality of war and violence around the world reminds us of all this all over again. The cry for justice and vindication for the innocent against evil enemies is a real thread that runs through our world and our prayers. But it also hits home sometimes. Our trust can be so betrayed by someone we love or trusted that this prayer for vindication finds its way to our own lips. Even doing everything right, still we find ourselves blindsided by some evil that reeks of injustice, lovelessness, or betrayal. Or perhaps it happens to someone we know. A friend's marriage is blown apart by addiction, or an affair, perhaps. Whatever the case, we feel powerless, and feel the powerlessness and vulnerability of the one we love. They did nothing wrong, and yet still their life is blown apart. The psalmist, in that place of powerlessness, finds that there is yet a power to which they can lay claim. There is a God who sees what's right, a God who judges, a God who will make things right even when we cannot. That is a profoundly good thing. As Christians, we meet that God most fully in Jesus Christ, the innocent one who himself was betrayed unto death. He is the same one who has ascended to the highest place, to the right hand of God the Father Almighty, from which he will come to judge the living and the dead, including the stuff of our world and the stuff in our own lives. But as we wait for his return, prayers like these from Psalm 17 continue to give us a faithful language for expressing and acting against the injustice that we see and feel. Prayers like these give us a way, an action that keeps us from falling into despair when we are powerless to act, and that keeps us from the sins of retaliation when we aren't. As we entrust our case to God, we also receive a promise. At the beginning of the psalm, we find ourselves praying to the God who sees what is going on. But in the end, we take comfort and hope in the fact that this is the God that we ourselves will see, face to face, even as he is the God who vindicates us and welcomes us into his home of shalom, where justice, peace, and belonging assure us that all will be well from now on. As you journey on, go with the blessing of this God. May the peace of the Lord Christ go with you wherever he may send you. May he guide you through the wilderness and protect you through the storm. May he bring you home rejoicing at the wonders he has shown you. May he bring you home rejoicing once again into our doors.